Chapter 3 Season 4 was truly the season of all time. Let's talk about Fortnite Creative in Paradise. Hello and welcome back to Creative in Review, the seasonal series where I talk about the additions to Fortnite Creative over a specific season and how good, bad, or just plain mid they were. Let's jump back into Chapter 3's final season with version 22.0. Chapter 3 Season 4 launched on September 18th, 2022, and Creative got some small updates. The Porter Bunker is the first addition to the Porter series of items in over 4 years, which is pretty cool in of itself. Beyond that, it's just a neat item that displays your banner as a decal, making it pretty unique in that sense. The slide kick is the final movement addition of Chapter 3, and it basically just means that if you slide into something, you'll damage it a little bit. You can knock entities back too, which can be quite fun. This was an accidental addition, but the exotic trap tower item was added for a short while. This item created the iconic trap tower popularized by Cypher PK in early Chapter 1. It's a really cool item that I hope comes back someday as a full item. 22.10 was a really wild update as it added a brand new vehicle that no one expected to see in Fortnite, the Octane from Rocket League. Even cooler is that it controls just as it does in Rocket League with all of the physics and flipping and wall driving intact, not to mention the boost. Possibly the most out of nowhere addition to creative mode ever. The Rocket Boost item from Rocket League was also added as a device, functioning exactly as it does in that game, refueling the boost gauge on the Octane. A bunch of props from Rocket League were also added as a gallery, including some trophies, statues, and mini cars. It's pretty neat. Some musical instruments were also added as creative exclusive props. They're pretty cool additions that are great for concert maps or other music themed experiences. I like the implication that the Visitor and I don't know what that is. Is that Columbo? They're like music artists and they've released records. I mean, we all know about Sunny, but really? The Visitor? Columbo? The Bouncer Trap finally became a device, along with some other additions like the Vibin Mushrooms and the classic bouncy tires. The Cobra DMR is like Season 3's DMR, but blue. The new key item from Season 4 was added. It pairs great with a conditional button, serving a similar function to the keycards of Chapter 2. Unfortunately, we didn't get the hollow chests or the key vaults that came along with it in Battle Royale. The birthday presents item from Chapter 1 Season 9 was finally added into Creative. It uses its updated Paradise design, which looks a little bit odd in certain situations, but it's still super cool. Also, an explosive goo gun was added. It just kind of shoots explosive goo. It's kind of really in the name. You don't care, let's just move on. 22.20 brought a brand new system that would change Creative forever. Yup, direct event binding was added in this update. It would be an opt-in feature for a few seasons, but it's still a huge step towards the Unreal editor. Event binding is a system where devices transmit and receive events and functions communicating with each other. I made a full breakdown if you want to learn more. The AI Patrol Path node device creates a path for AI entities like the guards to follow, effectively setting up a route. It's pretty good for setting up AI encounters like enemies, marauders, etc. The Cloudy Condos POI was added as a set of prefabs and galleries in this update. Interestingly, it uses its updated Season 4 appearance rather than the classic Condo Canyon appearance. Also, the actual condos section is notably absent. Along with Cloudy Condos, the Paradise Balloons were also added. They don't function as they do in-game and are purely aesthetic, but hey, at least they're here. Season 4's itemized launchpad was also added in this update. It acts just as the regular launchpad does, but is thrown like a porta fort rather than being built like a trap. Epic also added a hill in this update. Sure. 22.30 brought an interesting new feature that people would use once and then never again, the Battle Royale Island. Yeah, the entire Battle Royale Island was added into Creative. Sounds super awesome, right? Yup, except you can't actually edit the island in any way. This is Creative Royale, a weird pseudo Battle Royale, but with everything that made Battle Royale interesting and without the cool customizations of Creative. Some cool exclusive devices are a part of the Battle Royale Island plot, including the loot controller device, the map settings device, the deployment device, and the stormcaller device. The loot controller device controls the way loot is generated on the Creative Royale map, sourcing from a variety of loot pools in a very similar way to the system used for the old Battle Lab mode. The map settings device controls whether game features like vehicles, wildlife, and bot players spawn on the Creative Royale map. The deployment device allows the creator to customize the rift or battle bus that starts the Creative Royale match. The Stormcaller device is the Creative Royale equivalent of the Storm Controller device, in that it does literally the same thing, but with some more advanced options. Chapter 2 Season 8's The Convergence POI was added into Creative with prefabs and galleries this update. A super random addition, but a cool one nonetheless, including the Cube Queen's golden cube, and a variety of cool cubic props and particles. A surprise hotfix addition on November 8th added one incredibly unexpected addition, Hunter's Haven, a POI only seen in Chapter 2 Season 5. It was added into Creative with prefabs and galleries, and I have no idea why. Epic kept pulling out these obscure POIs this season, but I am absolutely here for it. More please. These prefabs and galleries are actually missing two of the buildings from Hunter's Haven. I mean, that's pretty much average for Creative, it always misses something, but yeah, that's just something to note there. The final update of Chapter 3 launched on November 15th and had some pretty cool final additions. The Class Selector UI device adds a really cool tab that shows all of the available classes and lets players see their details, items, and even gives the option to change class. It's a really great addition for quality of life, UI, and the development of some complex mechanics like fast travel. Not one, but 3 directional launcher devices were added in this update. One for Paradise, one for Primal, and one for Invasion. Once again, an incredibly unexpected set of additions, but ones that creators welcomed with open arms. The Dialer drop is a long overdue item that calls in one of 3 supply drops. I'm actually kinda shocked we got this in Creative, especially so soon, along with the unique medic and vehicle supply drops it can spawn. A super cool item for sure. The Grapple Glider item is basically Jules' glider gun, but significantly worse in every regard. Still, it's here now. Epic added by far the most insane prop gallery of all time with this update. The FNCS Trophy Gallery, which contains a total of 1 prop. Wow! Well, that was Chapter 3 Season 4 for Fortnite Creative. With around a dozen major additions across 6 updates, this was a pretty small but impactful season for Creative, adding long lost features and locations, and generally changing the way creative maps would be built forever. Paradise was anything but a paradise for Fortnite itself, but Creative had a pretty solid season, and I'm happy about that. Unfortunately, we're still missing all things Chrome, so that does detract somewhat from the season's overall solidity, but still, not a bad one. I give Chapter 3 Season 4's Fortnite Creative a 6 out of 10. It was a pretty neat season. Just don't go near the Chrome.